modifications on the par, and you fix your product and make it even better. So you are flexible. You don't need to always think about generating profits at the same time, right? And yes, there is a huge financial potential. How? What is unicorn? Nowadays we don't see unicorns, no? So you get so much of financial potential, so many startup stories you listen day and night today, right? And the best part is always today, this Gen Z, na, we always speak about what? One is becoming famous. How do you become famous? When you create impact. And the other is job satisfaction. What is job satisfaction? Personal fulfillment only, no? So all these things are what? Benefits of entrepreneurship. Okay? So this is how there is so much of opportunity for students, especially if they have great ideas which can be nurtured and which can be fostered and taken forward. And if you understand how to approach, it is not easy. Obviously there are a lot of setbacks. As I said, you have to take risk, you have to be adamant, and you need to have an intrinsic motivation to come into entrepreneurship journey. It is nothing will be served on the plate for you. Even you, nothing will be cooked for you. You have to cook your food. You have to bring your vegetables even to cook your food. That is how entrepreneurship journey starts. But the beauty is when you get into that, what is the futuristic scope. So let's just dive deep. Okay, so I hope you all are with me. Okay, so let's understand first what is entrepreneurship. Right. So in clear terms, this is more like a Oxford Dictionary definition. Entrepreneurship is the ability and readiness to develop, organize, and run a business enterprise. So in simple terms, what is entrepreneurship? You start a business, you're an entrepreneur. As simple as that. Correct. Because you're developing it, you're organizing it, and you're running a business enterprise. Yes or no? So it is as simple, but definition is simple, doing it is not simple. Because this blue term, organize, I have color coded these terms with respect to hats. Developing a business is a very is a color of optimism, sunshine, right? Organizing is somebody who needs to have a leadership skill, who needs to know when to put on the brakes, when to start, when to accelerate. And that is the person who puts blue hat generally. And running is a go green. You need to run a business despite of all difficulties, despite of setbacks, despite of critics. Lot of setbacks will come into in a journey of an entrepreneur, and that is what we'll try to understand. So, in period, what is entrepreneurship? It is an ability to develop, organize, and run a business enterprise. As simple as that. And what is the best example? Any new business which is being started. Okay. Now, here's a catch. New business does not mean a replica. New business means something which is not existing in today's market. Okay. That streamline, difference you need to have. And then who is an entrepreneur? Obviously that individual who takes such kind of risk and who owns that business, who is propelling this whole idea to drive this business, is nothing but who is an entrepreneur. And what type of skill sets he needs to have? Especially he needs to have leadership skills. He needs to take risk. He should know what is business. He should have knowledge about what he's doing. And idealistic, yes, innovation should be a part, because that is what makes you an entrepreneur. So there is a difference between a businessman and an entrepreneur, and that is what you need to understand, right? So just asking, can anybody say me the difference between a businessman and an entrepreneur? If anyone wants to, they can come and just say what's the difference between an entrepreneur and a businessman in a very very crude language, you can say. No. Okay, so let me proceed ahead. Can you see the difference? Who is a businessman? He bought a good, Let's say here it's a melon. We are talking about fruits. He bought some food at 50 rupees and is reselling again, reselling it at 75 rupees. That's a businessman. Is there some other thing which he's doing with the product? No. Just in and out, only marketing, only tactic. But what if you can alter the product using some technology, or you can change it something? That 50 rupees, when converted to a shake, can be sold at 200 on an e-commerce platform. That makes you an entrepreneur. So many people ask, sir, why only fruits? What about vegetable? Another example, just a potato of rupees 20 per kg is sold at rupees 30 per kg at some other place. But if it is pre-processed and post-processed and is filled in chips, you all eat chips, right? Fried chips or all these different kinds of chips. Now, the same 20 will be converted with the same value addition to 60. And that is what an entrepreneur does. Now he's bringing what? He's bringing technology, he's bringing innovation, he's bringing unorthodox approach, he's being disruptive in his nature. Lot of extra efforts he's putting in, and there is obviously a risk. Does he, a businessman, has a risk? No, same product sold, correct, not at that market, some other market. But here there is a risk, right? So there are pros and cons for entrepreneurship and being an entrepreneur, but there is always different advantages also, which we'll come across later. So as I was mentioning, what are the differences between a businessman and an entrepreneur, right? So I actually wanted this presentation to be very much interactive, but this will become a one side show. So please, any way you have any doubts or queries, you can just stop me and ask. So businessman and entrepreneurship, a very thin line difference. He will play with the market. I was saying he's just doing what? He plays with market tactics, right? But entrepreneur need to disrupt the market. He needs to stand out tall, and that is why he has to become the market leader. Only then you can penetrate and become a entrepreneur. Okay. And yes, market players are calculative in nature. If there are perishable goods, for example tomato, you have bought tomato today. Okay, you know that after 2 days it is going to get spoiled. What will they do? They'll calculate. Okay, today I'll sell it at 60 rupees. Tomorrow I'll sell it as 50 rupees. Day after tomorrow I'll sell it at 30 rupees. That is how calculative they are. But entrepreneurs are intuitive. They don't worry about it. They'll worry about storing it, processing it, refrigerating it, and then utilizing as per the need. That is what is intuitive nature all about. Got it? Now, uh, in business, most of the time you create your existence in the market regarding your product, but an entrepreneur creates a complete brand. A best example of creating a brand for your own is, a lot of people know boat, right? There are so many brands in headphones and music industry. Let's say it is filled with so many products, Mevi, boat, hammer, whatnot. But there is a brilliant entrepreneur with his marketing strategies, simple marketing branding strategies. He positioned himself in this market. That is what entrepreneur does. Okay, and entrepreneurs are most of the time user centric. And here, like for example, people centric, people oriented. Businessman, profit. Okay, this much of profit I'm getting here, that much of profit I'm getting there, or not. That's how. That is why you see startups always, you see it is projected as unicorn, but still are into losses. Why? Because startup is all about individual entrepreneurs coming and doing things, and it's all about how user centric approach is fulfilled, right? So are you all able to follow? I take it as
Yes, sir. Yes,
yes.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So, and again, businessman is always a conventional thinker. All these thoughts, being a market player, calculative in nature, creating a marketplace, thinking about profit, all these are what conventional thinking. Yes or no? What is my input, what is my output, how much did I gain, and how would I run tomorrow's business? But entrepreneurs are very unconventional thinkers. Businessmen think about your direct implications, your direct profits, let's say, in terms of cash. Entrepreneur will think about what is that indirectly I'm getting in. What is, let's say, I put for branding today. What will be my returns for future? So there is a lot of probabilities. What of permutations and combinations will be involved, and a lot of unconventional approach will be there. And that is how entrepreneurs work. So these are the distinctive natures of businessman and entrepreneur, and you need to identify where you stand. And as I said, the three things: what is an entrepreneur? A person. Entrepreneurship is a process. And what this two does: when an entrepreneur is establishing a business, he ends up establishing an enterprise, which is his company, in simple, his venture. And that will be the outcome. Okay. Now, we were speaking about entrepreneurs. Now let's understand what is innovation. Anybody? It's already there here, but still I would want to hear from any of you. What is innovation?